Previously on The Last Door. After escaping from his burial, Devitt finds himself in a cellar of London's darkest slum, the Old Nickel Rookery. In his pocket, he has a ticket for a show called The Four Witnesses. Devitt walks through the misty streets, following a strange man who seems to guide him. He learns the legend of Smurg, the king of birds. Following its trail through a dreamlike land of fog, Devitt finally meets Alexander, a member of the secret group Devitt and his friends had at school. Alexander welcomes Devitt and speaks of an entity called the Bird that has been calling them ever since the experiment they conducted back then. There is no turning back. I have made my mind. I'm ready. Go on. Do it. Do it. Do it! Okay, here we go. Can you see all these stars twinkling in the black outer abyss? All the constellations traced by human eyes in long distant eras. Look now to the forest in the valley, to the old tower, from the last tree in the distance to the stars in the sky. And even the stones beneath our feet are just silhouettes that hide the truth from our poor senses. Ancient shadows that hang over the veil that hides the world. As if they were the curtain of a theater. The veil separates the truth from the lie. The veil is a place, Devitt. A place of mists. Anthony's great abilities brought you here, but his influence will soon fade away. The mask of lies will descend over your eyes once again. You must find the door, as I did. The door that gives passage through the veil. Open it, and we will walk together beyond the mist. I suppose you're wondering why I called you so urgently. I cannot deny it. Your letter was truly mysterious. I've been traveling, Doctor, to Scotland. Have you heard about the massacre of St. Gall? Why, yes. The tragic event has been the continued object of speculation and grim rumor in every newspaper in England. For weeks now, pamphlets have claimed that all kinds of macabre things took place. But I don't understand. How is this connected with my patient? He was there. I'm afraid he is one of the victims. Dear God! Are you telling me my patient has been murdered? Murdered? Thankfully, no. Please excuse me for alarming you. I did not mean to give this impression. Her Devitt was attacked, but survived. What happened to him, then? It seems the criminal was caught by Her Devitt in the midst of the act. Then he tried to do the same thing to Devitt that he had done to the others. Fortunately, the nuns arrived in time to unearth him from the coffin. Her Devitt was hospitalized. The nurses report that he remained unconscious for an entire day. What was Devitt doing there? Many years ago, St. Gall Hospital was a boarding school. It appears that both your patient and Mr. Beechworth spent a part of their youth together there. We can assume that Herr Devitt was investigating something. He believed he had found a clue related to his friend's death. What was the cause of those awful deaths? No one knows for sure. The victims were inflicted with terrible wounds. All of them had an expression of utmost terror on their faces. I suspect you did not find Mr. Devitt in the hospital? Indeed, he was already gone by the time I arrived. I have not been able to determine his whereabouts since. I see. What conclusions do you draw from all of these circumstances? I have some theories, but I would prefer not to reveal them until events have unfolded. In all of them, there is a fundamental element whose role has not yet been revealed. And what leads you to this conclusion? It is something that the Holy Sisters found besides Herr Devitt, within the coffin. An empty, hypodermic needle with traces of an unknown substance. Drugs. They're a thing. Episode 4, Ancient Shadows. I'm sure this is the place. Alexander's house must be just ahead. The ancient castle of Pevensey rests in the distance. It was a garrison first built by the Romans, but was abandoned and has been a ruin ever since. There's a large iron bar latching the door. It's quite odd that the door was latched from the outside. A beautifully crafted steel greenhouse. It is old, but still in good condition. Alright, that is too dark to explore. And ominous. It's latched. I can't open it from this side. Okay, knock knock. No one is answering. Perhaps I should go inside anyways. I'll just tell the household that I'm an old friend come to visit. I mean, you are. House lights are on. Someone must be home. A strange woman stares down at me, glaring with a silent reproach at my intrusion. Footsteps. There must be someone upstairs. And downstairs is where we'll look first. A well-crafted grandfather clock, but it seems to be out of order. One of the hands is missing. I can't do anything with it at all until I find that hand. It could be Pevensey Castle, but in this painting, the garrison is not in ruins. A couple of old teacups sit on the table. One of them is full and still warm. That's as far as that goes. An oil lamp. Gimme, 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 gimme. Just some old bottles. A pantry with spices and ingredients. So I'll need this to go into the greenhouse. Bet you're locked. Cellar door is locked. I need a key to open it. This will get me back Over there, anyway. What else is... Alright, well. An ancient stone well. A rope hangs inside, disappearing into the darkness below. The rope is broken. I'll keep this end. Hopefully not to hang myself with or anything. Bare branches of the tree stretching to the sky break the night in 1,000 pieces. A little grave. Looks like someone was buried here. Alright, so that was a flashback to what? The nuns digging me up? Can't dig with my bare hands. Alright, so I gotta find a shovel. Nice. Alright, let's go into the greenhouse first. Quite odd the door's latched from the outside. Well, this isn't creepy at all. This pane looks as if it had been broken from the inside. Oh good, there's something in here with me, I'm sure. Statue of an angel with its wings spread. Its head is missing. Okay, wow. A jar of vitriol oil. I must be careful, it's a powerful acid. Gimme. Nice. Statue of an angel covered in mold. It's glancing at me with a sad gesture. Alright. Well, never trust statues of angels. If there's one thing Doctor Who has taught me. Alright, well. Inside we go again, upstairs, I guess. The silhouette of a man. It bears a strong resemblance to Alexander. Silhouette of a woman. A fine painting of the local Roman structures. They somehow seem more ancient in this depiction. Alexander! Talk to me a minute. There's a scribbled annotation in this piece of paper. The veil is something we sense in our innermost being incessantly. In vain do we waste our lives, craving to tear through. It is Zalatia, the curtain behind which the great wings beat. Inside its ancient mists inhabit the shadows of those who left. The table holds nothing but a box with the description Laudanum, to be taken in case of anxiety. It is empty. Alright, Alexander, are you high as all heck? Probably. Alexander, it's me, Devitt. Sorry if I startled you. What's going on? I was downstairs. I could have sworn I heard footsteps. Were they yours, or is there someone else in this house? For a moment, I felt a flash of hope that he was looking at me, but he is unresponsive. You told me I should come here, and I came as soon as I could. Can you tell me what's happening here? He gives no answer, but persistently stares at something nearby. He appears to be in some kind of hypnotic trance. Is everything alright? Why are you sitting in a wheelchair? Are you hurt, maybe? Can you stand? He is staring blankly at some distant point, as if he has not heard my question at all. Alexander, please, say something. I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Just what happened to him? Would you like some acid? Okay, I can't do that. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A misty dock overlooks a gray ocean. Gulls wheel overhead. This cuckoo clock is covered with dust. It seems to be missing an important piece. The bird. Oh. The face of this clock has been turned. It sure has. It's, Puzzle. Gonna have to figure out a time. Figurine of an angel facing the wall. A fine painting. Oh, I saw it. Painting. Wow, I really can't words today. Portrait of an old man. Maybe a ship captain? It looks like he's trying to guard this chest with a stern glare. Gimme. Huge chest made of oak wood. There's a large iron hook inside. Gimme, 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 gimme. I'll take that. There's a fragment of a diary under the hook. August 5th, 1887. I can't work in the basement anymore. Those wretched sculptures. I feel them stalking me in the darkness. I know it is not possible, but I can hear the crunches, the flapping wings, stone grinding on stone. They're frozen paroxysms. With what diabolical art were these gestures conceived? An eternal movement, a tension, an impossible struggle to get back to the life they never had. I might place them outdoors, in the greenhouse, and let the mold devour them, and wasps make nests out of their hollow hearts. So, yeah, do not trust the angels. Yeah, now I have a hook. Some blood on the floor? Looks like some kind of red-tinted glass cover used to mask the lamp. It is completely shattered on the floor. Oh, dark room. Gotcha. A lamp is hanging from the ceiling, its bulb casts an intense white light. Pictures hanging from a cord. They look as if they were improperly developed. You can hardly distinguish anything. Well, yeah, I mean, if they weren't developed properly before the red light broke, then yeah, that's a thing. Basin with a copper drain. Need something on which to apply the liquid. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Camera tripod. Image of a couple wearing red rat masks at a festival. An instrument whose workings are beyond my knowledge. Oh, was that one of those... Hard to tell from the pixelation, but it looks like one of those things you put the film on up here, and then it'll project down here, and then you get to, like, adjust the size of your photograph onto the whatever surface you're doing, usually paper, before you think, yeah. I took some photography. I know a thing. It's a big book of home chemistry recipes. A few pages have been bookmarked, and some articles are underlined. Oh boy. Collodion is a vehicle by which the photographic chemicals are united upon the surface of the glass and the sensitive coating produced. Many formulae are published for this article, to which great value is attached, some supposing that to its particular composition belong the principal causes of failure or success. This is only a degree true. To develop a positive image, this is done by pouring upon the plate about 1 ounce of the vitriol spirit solution, and only then adding 5 or 6 drops of the cyanide acid. Then the plate must be thoroughly washed in water to remove any excess of the chemicals. What chemical did I get now? They would almost require a chapter by themselves. A long experience convinces us that 9 out of every 10 failures occur from want of care, the presence of dirt, negligence. One cannot be over-nice, careful, or cleanly. The best results always reward the most painstaking. If a mistake is made in the order specified in the formulae, quickly flow clean water over the plaque and start again. Okay. So I have vitriol, which is... Okay, so I gotta do that, and then I need some cyanide. A glass jar containing a yellow substance. The label reads cyanide. What a coincidence! Alright, so I gotta find something to develop. Right. A bust with his face turned around. Yeah, his head turned around, yeah. A picture of an angel with a gentle face. The shelf is lined with strange and complex books. Some titles include The Movements of Shadows, Preserving the Mind, and Lessons Beyond Nature. This seems an invoice. May this document serve as a record of the payment made corresponding to the following work. The cuckoo clock mechanism has been modified to give the strokes exclusively at 6:15 in the afternoon. 6:15. 6:15. Remember the time, 6:15. In addition, a special device and a switch have been added to synchronize all clocks in the house. Okay, so the one that's... Okay. Puzzle, I got it. It's a letter. Dear Alexander, I have excellent news. A contact from the university has given me access to a 12th century alchemical tome containing an amazing formulary. There is no doubt that, sometimes, mere contemplation takes the mind to places that, otherwise, it would have never visited. Leafing through the grimoire and marveling at the exquisite illumination of its pages, I have been struck by a sudden epiphany, a radical but elegant method that I have decided to try. Forgive me for not providing any information about the method itself. As soon as I get definitive results, I'll write to you immediately. I believe fortune has truly smiled upon us today. Venant Nis Quisquiant, June 8th, 1887. Anything else in this room? A large envelope of black felt covered in dust and ashes. It is labeled with the warning, do not open it under white light. Alright, so I'll probably have to fix the light in here, because this one's giving off a bright light. Right, okay. So I guess for now, we head downstairs. Oh, look at that. Clock, yeah, it's missing a hand. Look at that. I don't remember if I looked at it or not. Huh. Alright, so... anything else in here? Pantry. Okay. Bottles. Might need a bottle later, I guess. Who knows? I'll die. So, hook to the well. Get what's ever in the well. Within the mud and dirt inside the bucket, there was a small bird of brass. Strangely enough, there doesn't seem to be any water in the well. It's actually pretty common for old wells. They dry up. It is a thing that happens. You're still locked, I bet. Yep, I need a key. I bet that's... wait. Puzzle. Yeah, I bet that's what the puzzle's gonna give me. Actually. Okay, I can't do it. A little brass bird. When shaken, it makes a noise as if there was something inside. Can I do a no. Okay. Yeah, fine. No cheating the system. Gotcha. Okay, upstairs we go. Missing the bird. So then, we give the bird. Fits perfectly. Nice. Okay, okay, still nothing I can do with that. He looks miles away. Okay. Maybe I can just do it in the photo room. It tells me not to do it in bright white light, though. Tag on the envelopes advises against opening it under a white light. In the pantry area, then, maybe? Seems like my best bet, right? Oh, I thought that was part of the pantry. It's a diary. This is the last thing written. The last pages has been ripped off. October 12th, 1887. It's been a while since I can't devote any time to this diary for reasons beyond my control. An event most tragic has taken place in this house. Mr. Dupree has gone ill, immersed in an everlasting stupor from which, it seems, he shall not return any time soon. Since the accident, I patiently take care of him. The doctor's treatments don't seem to do any good. I feed him like a child and make sure that all the sculptures in the house are turned towards the wall. What else can I do? The clockmaker just left. He has done such a good job. In the end, Mr. Dupree is not going to be able to notice the change in the clocks that he's so insistently requested. In his state, time will not be a problem anymore. Looks like the diary of a member of Alexander's household. What happened to them? Sorry, my allergies are kicking in. So if if I were a missing piece of a clock, where would I be? At all? Anything? Maybe I can turn the statues around. Okay, no. No, nothing here. Alright. Something obvious I'm missing. Okay, turn that on. Nice, alright. Okay, that's just for that. Copper drain. There we go. Okay. Knew it was something obvious. Boop. Da 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 da. Okay, So how do I do this without the lamp? Can I put that? Oh, no, okay. No. So. So I need to find some kind of a red light. Alright, what am I missing? That's there. That's there. There's books, right? All books. There. Okay. Alright. I mean, you can. It is a possibility. So I'm going to key for that door. Come on. Go through. Alright, so... Anything I missed in here? From the inside. Has missing. Covered in mold. Nothing further. Nothing further. Okay. Is there anything back in the woods I need then? Oh. Our ruins lay by the path. It seemed to be Roman in style. Well, that's ominous. A dead deer. Corpse of a deer. Its abdomen torn open. It looks recently dead. Okay. Now the bulb is grossly covered in blood. Alright, well, that is one way to make a red light in a photography room. It's not what I was expecting to have to do, but I'm starting to figure out how puzzle games work. Alright. Try everything on everything until you get a result. I'm not 100% convinced that would have worked. But, vitriol. The oil has caused a strong acidic reaction. A couple drops of cyanide. I've applied the liquids in the correct order. All that remains is to rinse the plate. An image is appearing on the plate. It's a photograph of Anthony and Alexander. Okay, that spooked me a little bit. What's up? Light bulb has exploded. The image is back in the frame. Alright, well. Going to go show this to Alexander, I guess. That sounds right. Alexander, do you recognize this photograph? Take a look. It's you and our old friend Anthony. And there's someone else blurred in the background. Who is the third figure? Does he mean something to you? The bird awaits. The bird awaits. Piece of clockwork, a hand. Alright, so that goes downstairs. To here. Put the clock hand in its place. I'll need to set the clock to the correct time. Okay, so that to there, which means 6 would be to there. No, go that way, go that way. No. No. Thank you. Okay, and then, so 30. Oh, so, no, no. Oh my god, do I have to go this way? Oh my god. Alright, because that was the hour. I should have done it, right? Oh, no, not 30, it's 15. Right, it's 6:15. So there it is. That came from upstairs. Ominous. The bird has bust out at the stroke. Now its beak is open. Give me that key. He's having some kind of seizure. He is trembling out of pure horror. Sorry. Lock mechanism is definitely broke. Yep, there. Well, now I have the key to the basement, which only good things follow. Of course there's birds. A dusty carpet of Asian origin. Mold and dust cover the portrait, making the subject indistinguishable. This piece of fine furniture has several drawers. So this one, there's a gardener shovel. Yep, good. Captain has a large stain of mold due to high humidity of this atmosphere. Alright, so I'm gonna go grave digging in a second. There remains of a Roman mosaic behind this wall. I can't distinguish anything clearly. Alright. An ancient statue in poor condition. Old ruins. It seems that they were part of the Roman settlement. Oh boy, holes. Oh, that's not what I expected to find. Alchemy, gotcha. A book written in a language unknown to me. There's a scrawled annotation written in English on one of the margins. This and no other is the function of the serum we manufactured at the boarding school when we were young. It is something that we didn't understand at the time. To accompany the mind to the whatever of the big theater, and there help us to look beyond the curtain that separates the world of men from the land of truth. To look, I say, if anything, to apprehend an image of what lives there. Just that. Will the hopo allow us to raise the curtain enough to walk off the stage and go beyond? A cage full of leftovers and dirt. Animals have been captive here. Innumerable jars full of murky objects suspended in formaldehyde. Jars and test tubes. Everything is soaked in chemical residues, and the air is filled with the smell of vinegar. A bunch of dust-covered beakers with repulsive liquids. A few of them have developed a fungi inside. Unlabeled bottles and lab equipment. Alright. Further here, no. Alright, let's go dig up a body. Let's just go ahead and dig up a body here. Lock is very rusted, almost shattered. A wooden box. It seems too small for a coffin. Yeah, poor... No. About... Hi? Besides the corpse, there is a paper leaf. No. The remains of a humanoid body, but with a grotesque animal aspect. Maybe a small ape? It has a collar with some engraved words on it. Old Mike. Well, give me this. Dear Alexander, undoubtedly your methods are definitely stronger than mine. How do you manage to get the results with such alacrity? On another note, my epiphany with the treatise of alchemy was not accidental. When examining the text closer, I've come to the conclusion that, for a time, Raymundus Lullius thought the same thing as we did. In his account, he describes a formula that he calls hope. Yes, like the legendary bird. It closely resembles the serum with which we have worked so far, except for minor differences. It's a pity what you tell me about old Mike. I hope he gets better soon. Nesquescott, July 26th. Whatever. Okay, so that's all that. Skeletal fingers of the creature are clutching a rolled up canvas. It's a map of the stars. Some kind of navigation map. Several constellations are marked. Okay. Nothing ominous is gonna be looking at me. That sounded like Alexander. He's been eaten to death by birds. I swear to God that when the curtains move, there are gonna be birds. That seems to be what happens with these guys. Just birds, nothing but birds. Up we go. Alright, show me. Alexander! He's just gone? Okay. Some diary pages are on the wheelchair. The paper is ripped apart as if someone had stripped it off the book hastily. I'm writing this in the light of my desk lamp, hoping to be able to remember it all when the birds finally sing and the sun's blessing dispels the dark shadows of the mind. During the whole afternoon, a strong wind hit the valley, so strong that it cracked the larger branch of the old oaks in the garden. I find it hard to get sleep during these nights, so I read a lot while accompanying the professor. I don't really know when exactly I fell asleep. I was awakened by the chill of the night, which was seeping through the open window. I looked outside and saw him. The professor was miraculously awake. What was my joy to see him standing on the balcony, watching the valley with a true serene expression, enjoying the fresh and calm air right after the storm. I felt that a blessing had fallen upon this house, and, for a moment, I felt immensely happy. I stared at him for a while without saying anything, being afraid of dispelling a vision I hadn't believed possible for a long time. And then, in the midst of the silence, I heard a sound that froze me in my seat and snatched all my calmness with such a terrible chill that I will never forget. A loud noise beside me, low-pitched as the drag of a slab. Mr. Alexander's snore, who was pleasantly sleeping in his bed. I've already made a decision. I'll leave this house. What? Hi. Stolen something. A lens, mounted in a metal ring. Okay. Starlight brings some brightness to the forest. I have a theory. No? Alright, there goes that theory. Alright, time for theory. Phase 2. Getting the heck out of here. Let's get out of here. Not in there at all, is he? Okay, no. Alright. Is he in here? Maybe something broke out from the inside. And that would make sense, right? Nope, okay. Guess we'll just leave, maybe? Just get on out of here. Just way out of here. Alright, I can't leave. Alright. So, what am I missing? Basement, I guess. Down into the alchemy room. That sounds good. What was that? I expect to see him in the cage. Oh, good. Hidden doors. Here we go. Alright. There is a dark hole in the center of this room. It delves into the depths of the earth far beyond what I can see. Okay. Give me a sec. A wooden secretary desk, beautifully carved. The flip top has no knob or lock, just some strange symbols. Okay. An open envelope with a letter inside it. Dear Alexander, I'm terribly sorry about old Mike. We put him to rest in his favorite place. After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, I've managed to distill the alchemical formula based on the notes you sent me. Certainly you're a master of this craft. The subject reacted to the serum as usual, rapidly entering in a state of waking sleep. Suddenly, the convulsions stopped, and since then, he has not been responding to any kind of stimulation. He has remained in this state for many days. My diagnosis is brain dead. Which should be our next step, Alexander? I'm worried this could be the end of our research. It's a mountain of compacted snow. Crystal fits perfectly in the telescope. Okay. Alright, so. Do. No. Do. Alright, hold on. Okay, so. Mega. Enter. Okay. Where's my mouse? So. No. Alright, hold on. I need to take a picture of this. My little sketch didn't work. Okay. So that is... Let me... This one? That one? That one. I swear to God, I did that order. Correct. This is the summer triangle. Okay. Oh my God. Alright, hold on. Metal M, V, Wiggly. Metal M, V, Wiggly. M, V. There we go. There's a small cabinet with 2 slots for syringes. Only one of them remains. The voice again. Comes from the bottom of the pit. Down we go. Alexander. There's a chair in the middle of the room. A variety of surgical instruments and some jars with chemicals in them. Alexander. Is this what you asked me to search for, is it not? Alexander. Am I right? The last door. Sahathiel. The last door. We can cross together. What should I do? I am waiting for you. Here in the mist. It's nearby, I can hear it. What's nearby? What do you hear? I hear the beating of its wings. It knows we are afraid. I'm ready. Sit down. Do you think that we'll find any clue here about Devitt's whereabouts? The police must have taken almost everything, but we have no other leads to pursue. Hopefully they have overlooked something. What about this room? There's a sealed letter between this table and the wall. It looks like Herb Beechworth never sent it. I think it's best you read it. Dearest Alexander, please, you must reflect on this. We do not yet know what we are dealing with. If you were to open the door, it may stay that way. An open way for whatever lies on the other side. Ah! Oh, it's a good game. Oh, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. Okay, so through the mist. The adventure continues in Season 2. Oh, it's such a good game. What's in the extras? we'll do the extras in their own little thing. Hold on.